All right. Look at Google stock, another big acquisition. This time, they're taking aim at the connected home. They bought Nest, N-E-S-T. It's a company that makes smart thermostats and smoke detectors that are connected to the internet. Some are already raising concerns that this device could give hackers an opportunity to steal even more information about you, the pattern of your life, for example. Jonathan Pollet from Red Tiger Security is here for more on this. Jonathan, I'm not worried about this, quite frankly, because the worst that hackers could find out about me from my thermostat is when I'm at home and when I'm not at home, and the size of my heating bill. Personally, I don't see this as a huge infringement of my privacy. How about you?
Okay, so yeah, I probably wouldn't be worried about one person or two people, but what if you had an aggregation of millions of information that was then overlaid on top of things like maybe Google Maps? So then you imagine some hacker waking up in the morning and maybe like a Siri voice talking to him and saying, "Hello, Mr. Tony Stark. These 5 addresses are not home this week. Would you like for me to send these addresses to your phone?" You know, because load profiles will tell you if you're home or not, and it's a great tool for burglars, right?
Okay, I got it. Now, look, you're in the security business. You've got Red Tiger Security. You do online security training, right? So you come to my company and you talk to my IT people and you tell them how to avoid what? How to avoid hacking? That's what Red Tiger does?
And we also are paid to break into systems to test their security. Yeah. This would be the systems of big things like power plants, pipelines, refineries, chemical plants. And then we teach these clients how to enhance their security to protect our critical infrastructure.
You can't really protect against a really well-organized hack, can you?
This is definitely true. I mean, case in point, just 3 years ago, we had the Stuxnet superworm that took down the nuclear enrichment programs over there in Iraq. And we're still worried about that type of sophistication hitting U.S. infrastructure. In fact, I'm here in Miami this week at the S4 conference where we have some really geeky guys that spend their Friday nights with soldering irons and circuit boards that are spending a lot of time and attention breaking apart the electronics that control the switch stations and substations in neighborhoods, and they're disclosing these vulnerabilities back to the community at large and the vendors that make this equipment to really squeeze the vendors to make better products and more secure products that are put into very mission-critical cases.
I understand. I've got a new study out. It shows that the NSA phone tapping program played no role in any of the arrests of some of the terror suspects who have been arrested recently. Wasn't that the whole point of the program? And I know I'm moving away from your turf, but I want to comment on the reliability, the function of this mass NSA spying program.
Yeah, for every report that comes out that says the program wasn't effective in defeating terrorism, there's probably other reports that say the otherwise. So I don't know if you want to look at the effectiveness of a program to say if it's right or not. I mean, for example, if someone said, "Hey, I'm going to go and put a camera in your home and watch everything that you're doing in your home just in case, there's terrorist activities," without any reason to put a camera in my home, I would feel violated my privacy. Yet we seem to be kind of lax as a society, the fact that all of our text messages and emails and information about our daily lives are being potentially harvested and analyzed by the U.S. government. And then the U.S. government reports say, "Well, we're just having metadata." So what happens if in the future an employer wants to hire me and they put a search out for my activities? They say, "Well, Mr. Pollet tends to use his phone a lot after midnight. Maybe he's doing a little bit too much partying. Maybe we don't want to hire him." So this information, which is about the way that we use our electronics and our lives, could be used potentially to inhibit our opportunities in life. And I don't think those things are really well thought out. And then if they really got to know me, they'll know, well, he's just a hacker, so he's probably up at night anyway.
Well, you're in the Red Tiger Security Company. You're in a hot area. I hope you're making a ton of money. Jonathan Pollet, thanks very much for joining us. I'm sure you're going to be a very wealthy guy with all this security breach going on.